What if you could slash your Alzheimer's risk in half just by changing what you eat for breakfast and doing 3 simple daily habits? I'm sharing the exact 5 foods and 3 daily hacks that neurologists say provide the strongest protection against Alzheimer's and dementia, all backed by major research studies. The third food is something most seniors avoid because of old cholesterol fears, but neurologists now call it one of the most powerful brain protectors available. Dr. Richard Isaacson, a neurologist specializing in Alzheimer's prevention at Weill Cornell Medicine, has spent decades studying which lifestyle factors actually reduce dementia risk. His research team tracked thousands of seniors and identified specific foods and habits that consistently appeared in people who maintained sharp cognition into their 80s and 90s. The 5 foods and 3 habits he emphasizes aren't exotic or expensive. They're simple choices anyone can start implementing today. Food. 1. Fatty fish rich in omega-3s. Is your brain starving for the one fat that protects against cognitive decline? Your brain is nearly 60% fat, and it requires specific types of omega-3 fatty acids to maintain its structure, reduce inflammation, and protect against the protein accumulations that cause Alzheimer's disease. Research from Rush University Medical Center, published in JAMA Neurology, shows that people who eat fatty fish at least once weekly have 60% lower risk of Alzheimer's compared to those who rarely eat fish. The omega-3 fatty acids in fish, particularly DHA, reduce brain inflammation and prevent beta-amyloid plaque formation, which are the hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease. These aren't minor effects. The difference in Alzheimer's risk between regular fish eaters and non-fish eaters is massive and consistent across multiple large studies. Your brain needs these specific omega-3s to function properly and resist the degenerative changes that lead to dementia. The omega-3s found in fatty fish do several crucial things your brain cannot do without. They incorporate into brain cell membranes, keeping them flexible and functional. They reduce chronic inflammation in brain tissue, which is a primary driver of neurodegeneration. They decrease the production and accumulation of beta-amyloid proteins that form the plaques seen in Alzheimer's brains. They improve communication between neurons by supporting synapse function. Without adequate omega-3s from your diet, your brain experiences accelerated inflammation, increased plaque buildup, and faster cognitive decline. The typical American diet is severely deficient in omega-3s while being excessive in omega-6 fats, creating an inflammatory imbalance that accelerates brain aging. Marvin added salmon to his weekly meals at age 72, and cognitive testing 5 years later showed his brain function remained stable while many of his peers showed measurable decline. Without adequate omega-3s, your brain experiences accelerated inflammation and beta-amyloid plaque buildup that increases Alzheimer's risk dramatically. With every passing year, you remain deficient. The solution is simple. Eat fatty fish at least twice per week, focusing on species highest in omega-3s. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, herring, and trout are your best options, all widely available at regular grocery stores. Fresh or frozen doesn't matter. Frozen fish often has comparable or better omega-3 content because it's frozen immediately after catching. Prepare your fish by baking, grilling, or pan-searing it with simple seasonings like lemon, garlic, and herbs. Avoid frying, which can damage the delicate omega-3 fats. If you genuinely dislike fish or cannot access it regularly, discuss omega-3 supplementation with your doctor. But whole fish provides additional brain-protective nutrients beyond just the omega-3s. Canned salmon or sardines are inexpensive options that work perfectly if fresh fish isn't accessible or affordable for you. Your brain is experiencing inflammation right now without adequate omega-3s. Start protecting it this week by adding fatty fish to your regular meals. The benefits accumulate over time, So starting today is significantly better than starting next month or next year. Every meal of fatty fish you eat delivers brain-protecting compounds that work immediately to reduce inflammation and slow the processes that lead to Alzheimer's. This single dietary change is one of the most powerful things you can do for your long-term brain health. Food. 2. Leafy green vegetables. Are you missing the vegetables that neurologists say slow brain aging by 11 years? That number isn't an exaggeration. It's from actual research measuring cognitive function in people who eat leafy greens versus those who don't. Research published in Neurology journal from Rush University found that people eating one serving of leafy greens daily had cognitive abilities comparable to someone 11 years younger than their actual age. Leafy greens contain a unique combination of nutrients specifically linked to slower cognitive decline. Lutein, folate, vitamin K, beta-carotene, and nitrates that improve blood flow to the brain. These aren't general health benefits. These are specific, measurable effects on brain aging and cognitive function. The 11-year difference represents the gap between maintaining independence and needing assistance, between remembering your grandchildren's names and struggling with basic recall. That's not a minor benefit, it's life-changing. The nutrients in leafy greens work through multiple mechanisms to protect your brain. Lutein accumulates in brain tissue and protects against oxidative damage. Folate supports neurotransmitter production and reduces homocysteine, an amino acid linked to brain atrophy. Vitamin K is essential for synthesizing sphingolipids, which are critical components of brain cell membranes. The nitrates in leafy greens convert to nitric oxide, which dilates blood vessels and increases blood flow to your brain, delivering more oxygen and nutrients. Your brain requires tremendous blood flow to function. It's only 2% of your body weight, but uses 20% of your oxygen supply. Candice started eating a large salad with spinach and kale daily at 68. And her memory tests actually improved rather than declined over the next 4 years, defying the expected trajectory. Your brain ages faster without these specific nutrients, accelerating the cognitive decline that eventually leads to dementia if left unchecked. Eating leafy greens daily is simpler than you might think and doesn't require elaborate meal preparation. Aim for at least 1 cup of leafy greens every single day. That's a large handful of raw greens, or about half a cup cooked. Spinach, kale, collard greens, Swiss chard, arugula, romaine lettuce, and mixed salad greens all count. Make a daily salad using mixed greens as your base, adding other vegetables, protein, and olive oil dressing. Blend raw spinach or kale into fruit smoothies where you won't taste the greens but still get all the nutrients. Sauté greens with garlic and olive oil as a side dish for dinner. Add spinach to scrambled eggs, omelets, or soups. Keep pre-washed salad mixes in your refrigerator, so eating greens requires minimal effort and preparation time. Your brain is aging faster than necessary right now. Slow it down, starting with today's meals by adding leafy greens. The cognitive benefits appear within months of consistent consumption, and they accumulate progressively the longer you maintain the habit. This isn't about perfection. If you miss a day, just resume the next day. The goal is making leafy greens a regular part of your daily eating pattern because consistency over time creates the protective effects neurologists see in long-term studies. Food. 3. Whole eggs, including the yolks. What if the food you've been avoiding is exactly what your memory needs most? For decades, seniors were told to avoid egg yolks because of cholesterol concerns, creating a generation of people who eat only egg whites and miss out on the most brain-protective part of the egg. Harvard Medical School research and studies from Boston University show that choline, which is concentrated in egg yolks, is essential for producing acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter most severely affected in Alzheimer's disease. Studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition directly link higher choline intake to better memory performance and significantly lower dementia risk in older adults. The research is clear. Adequate choline intake protects against the specific type of brain deterioration seen in Alzheimer's, while choline deficiency accelerates it. The yolk contains virtually all the choline in an egg. Egg whites contain almost none, so avoiding yolks means avoiding the most important brain-protecting nutrient eggs provide. Choline serves multiple critical functions in your aging brain. Your brain uses choline to manufacture acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter primarily responsible for memory formation and retrieval. Alzheimer's disease is characterized by dramatic loss of acetylcholine-producing neurons, which is why memory fails so profoundly in dementia patients. Adequate choline intake supports the production of this crucial neurotransmitter, helping maintain the brain's ability to form and access memories. Choline also supports the structural integrity of brain cell membranes and reduces inflammation in brain tissue. Most American seniors consume far less choline than the recommended amounts, creating a widespread deficiency that contributes to cognitive decline. Terrell started eating 2 whole eggs daily at 70, and his doctor noted during routine cognitive screening that his scores remained exceptional compared to age-matched peers. Choline deficiency directly accelerates the memory problems and neurotransmitter decline seen in early Alzheimer's, making adequate intake crucial for maintaining cognitive function as you age. The solution is eating whole eggs regularly, including the yolk, where all the choline and most other nutrients reside. Eat at least 2 whole eggs 4 times per week, prepared however you prefer them: scrambled, hard-boiled, soft-boiled, fried, or poached. Hard-boiled eggs are convenient to prepare in batches and keep refrigerated for quick breakfasts or snacks. Modern research shows that dietary cholesterol from eggs has minimal impact on blood cholesterol for most people, and the brain-protecting benefits of choline far outweigh any theoretical concerns. The old advice about limiting eggs was based on outdated understanding of cholesterol metabolism. If you have specific medical concerns about eggs, discuss them with your doctor. But for most seniors, eggs are one of the most affordable, accessible, brain-protecting foods available. Your brain's neurotransmitters need choline now to maintain memory function. Stop throwing away the yolks and feed your memory with whole eggs. The difference between eating whole eggs and egg whites is the difference between providing your brain what it needs and starving it of essential nutrients. Every whole egg you eat delivers concentrated choline that your brain uses immediately to produce the neurotransmitters required for memory and cognition. Start tomorrow morning with whole eggs and give your brain the building blocks it desperately needs. Food 4. Berries, especially blueberries. Could a half cup of berries daily delay Alzheimer's onset by more than 2 years? Research from Harvard's Brigham and Women's Hospital published in Annals of Neurology tracked over 16,000 women and found that those who ate berries regularly delayed cognitive decline by up to 2.5 years compared to women who rarely ate berries. Berries contain flavonoids, particularly anthocyanins, that cross the blood-brain barrier and accumulate in brain regions responsible for memory and learning. These compounds reduce brain inflammation, improve blood flow to brain tissue, protect neurons from oxidative damage, and may even help clear toxic proteins associated with Alzheimer's. The 2.5-year delay in cognitive decline represents maintaining independence longer, remembering your family more clearly, and staying yourself for additional years before any decline begins. That's an enormous benefit from something as simple as eating berries regularly. The flavonoids in berries work through multiple protective mechanisms that specifically target the causes of Alzheimer's disease. They reduce oxidative stress in brain tissue. By neutralizing free radicals that damage neurons, they decrease inflammation in the brain, which is a primary driver of neurodegeneration. They improve the integrity of the blood-brain barrier, preventing harmful substances from entering brain tissue. They enhance communication between neurons by supporting synapse function and plasticity. They may even help prevent and clear the beta-amyloid plaques and tau tangles that characterize Alzheimer's brains. Blueberries have the highest flavonoid content, but strawberries, blackberries, and raspberries all provide significant benefits. Lucinda added a half cup of blueberries to her breakfast at 73, and 5 years later, her memory remained sharp, while many friends her age struggled with increasing forgetfulness. Without these berry flavonoids, your brain experiences more inflammation, faster accumulation of toxic proteins, and accelerated progression toward cognitive decline and dementia. Adding berries to your daily routine is simple, affordable, and delicious. Eat at least a half cup of berries 5 to 7 days per week. Fresh or frozen works equally well because freezing doesn't damage the beneficial flavonoids. Add berries to your morning oatmeal, yogurt, or cereal. Blend them into smoothies with other fruits and leafy greens. Eat them plain as a snack or dessert. Mix different types of berries for variety and slightly different nutrient profiles. Frozen berries are often more affordable than fresh and last months in your freezer, making year-round consumption practical regardless of season. Buy large bags of frozen mixed berries from any grocery store and measure out your half-cup daily portion. The convenience of frozen berries eliminates any excuse for not eating them regularly. Your brain cells need these protective flavonoid compounds now to slow the aging process. Add berries starting tomorrow morning and give your neurons the protection they need. The benefits accumulate with consistent consumption over time, so starting today means your brain receives 2.5 more years of protection than if you start 2.5 years from now. Every bowl of berries delivers concentrated brain-protecting compounds that work immediately to reduce inflammation and protect your neurons from the damage that leads to Alzheimer's. Food. 5. Extra virgin olive oil is the oil you cook with protecting or destroying your brain. The type of fat you use for cooking and dressings matters enormously for brain health, yet most Americans still use inflammatory vegetable oils that accelerate brain aging. Research from the Temple University Lewis Katz School of Medicine, published in Annals of Clinical and Translational Neurology, shows that extra virgin olive oil reduces beta-amyloid plaques in the brain and improves connections between brain cells. Mediterranean diet studies consistently identify olive oil as one of the key factors explaining dramatically lower Alzheimer's rates in Mediterranean populations compared to Americans. The difference isn't genetic, it's dietary, and olive oil is central to the protective effect. Extra virgin olive oil contains polyphenols and oleocanthal, compounds that have powerful anti-inflammatory effects specifically in brain tissue and may help the brain clear out toxic proteins before they form plaques. The compounds in extra virgin olive oil work through multiple mechanisms to protect against Alzheimer's disease. Oleocanthal reduces beta-amyloid plaque formation and may even help break down existing plaques. The polyphenols reduce inflammation throughout the brain and body. The monounsaturated fats improve blood vessel health, ensuring adequate blood flow to brain tissue. These effects are specific to extra virgin olive oil. Refined olive oil and other cooking oils don't provide the same benefits because the refining process removes the protective polyphenols. Using inflammatory oils like corn oil, soybean oil, or vegetable oil creates the opposite effect, increasing inflammation and accelerating brain aging. Ramona switched from vegetable oil to extra virgin olive oil at 69, using it for all her cooking and salad dressings daily. Cooking with inflammatory oils accelerates brain aging and increases toxic protein accumulation linked to dementia with every meal you prepare using the wrong fats. Making the switch to extra virgin olive oil is simple and immediate. Replace all other cooking oils in your kitchen with extra virgin olive oil and use it for everything. Sautéing vegetables, cooking eggs, roasting foods, and making salad dressings. Buy a large bottle from any grocery store and keep it near your stove for convenience. Use it generously because the benefits come from regular, consistent consumption. Drizzle it over cooked vegetables. Use it as a bread dip instead of butter, and make simple salad dressings by mixing it with vinegar or lemon juice. The flavor is distinctive but mild, and most people quickly adapt to prefer it over bland vegetable oils. Extra virgin olive oil is more expensive than cheap vegetable oils, but the brain-protecting benefits justify the cost, and you can find affordable options at warehouse stores or by buying larger bottles. Every meal cooked in inflammatory oils damages your brain. Switch to extra virgin olive oil today and protect your neurons instead of harming them. The anti-inflammatory effects begin immediately with your first use, and the protective effects accumulate progressively with consistent daily use over months and years. This is one of the simplest swaps you can make, requiring no new recipes or cooking skills, just replacing one bottle of oil with another and immediately improving your brain's health trajectory. Daily hack. 1. 30 minutes of walking. Could a simple daily walk be more powerful than any brain supplement you could buy? The research says yes, definitively. Johns Hopkins Medicine research and studies published in Neurology show that 30 minutes of moderate aerobic exercise, like brisk walking 5 days per week, reduces Alzheimer's risk by up to 50%. That's a bigger risk reduction than any supplement, any medication, or any other single intervention available. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain dramatically, delivers more oxygen and nutrients to brain tissue, promotes the growth of new neurons even in older brains, reduces inflammation, improves insulin sensitivity, and supports the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is essentially fertilizer for brain cells. Walking isn't just good for your heart and muscles. It's one of the most powerful brain-protecting activities you can do, and it costs absolutely nothing. Preston started walking 30 minutes every morning at 75. And brain scans 3 years later showed significantly less shrinkage than expected for his age. Sedentary seniors have double the Alzheimer's risk of active seniors, even after controlling for all other factors including diet, genetics, and education level. The brain benefits of regular walking are immediate and cumulative. Every walk increases blood flow to your brain for hours afterward, bathing your neurons in oxygen and nutrients. Regular walking increases the volume of the hippocampus, the brain region most affected by Alzheimer's disease. It reduces inflammation throughout your brain and body. It improves insulin sensitivity, which matters because insulin resistance in the brain is increasingly recognized as a contributor to Alzheimer's. Walking stimulates the production of protective proteins that support neuron survival and growth. These aren't theoretical benefits. They're measurable changes that appear on brain scans and cognitive tests. The 50% reduction in Alzheimer's risk is enormous, representing the difference between maintaining independence and requiring full-time care. You don't need intense exercise or gym memberships. You just need to walk briskly for 30 minutes most days of the week. Walk briskly for 30 minutes at least 5 days per week, outdoors if possible, or on a treadmill if weather prevents outdoor walking. Brisk means walking fast enough that you're slightly breathless, but can still hold a conversation. Find a route you enjoy and walk the same time each day to establish a consistent habit. Walk with a friend or spouse for social benefits alongside physical benefits. Listen to music, podcasts, or audiobooks to make the time pass pleasantly. If 30 minutes feels overwhelming initially, start with 15 minutes and build up gradually over 2 weeks. The key is consistency. 5 days per week, every single week, making it as automatic as brushing your teeth. Morning walks work best for most people because they happen before the day fills with distractions and excuses. Your brain's blood flow and neuron growth are declining right now from inactivity. Increase them today with a simple 30-minute walk. The benefits begin with your first walk and accumulate progressively with every subsequent walk. Within weeks, you'll notice improved energy, mood, and mental clarity. Within months, the protective effects on your brain structure and Alzheimer's risk become measurable. This single habit provides more brain protection than any supplement you could buy, and it improves your overall health simultaneously. Daily Hack 2. Quality sleep 7 to 8 hours nightly. Is poor sleep washing away your brain's defenses against Alzheimer's every single night? Sleep isn't just rest. It's when your brain performs critical maintenance that protects against dementia. Research from the National Institute on Aging and published in Science shows that deep sleep is specifically when your brain's glymphatic system activates and clears out beta-amyloid proteins and other metabolic waste. Chronic poor sleep prevents this cleaning process, allowing toxic proteins to accumulate in your brain, which is the primary cause of Alzheimer's disease. Every night of poor sleep adds to the toxic burden in your brain. Every night of quality sleep helps clear it out. People who consistently sleep poorly have dramatically higher rates of Alzheimer's compared to good sleepers, even controlling for other factors. Adrienne improved her sleep quality at 70 by establishing a consistent schedule and eliminating screens before bed. Follow-up testing showed reduced markers of brain inflammation. Poor sleep accelerates toxic protein buildup in your brain, directly increasing your Alzheimer's risk with every bad night that prevents adequate cleaning of your brain tissue. Quality sleep does more than just clear toxins from your brain. Deep sleep is when your brain consolidates memories, transferring them from temporary to long-term storage. It's when your brain repairs damage to neurons and clears out damaged cellular components. It's when your immune system produces proteins that fight inflammation. Without adequate deep sleep, none of these processes complete properly. Your brain accumulates more damage, more inflammation, and more toxic proteins every night you sleep poorly. The glymphatic system that clears beta-amyloid from your brain is 10 times more active during deep sleep than waking hours, making quality sleep absolutely essential for Alzheimer's prevention. Most seniors get inadequate deep sleep even if they're in bed for adequate hours, because sleep quality deteriorates with age without deliberate efforts to maintain it. Prioritize 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep every night by establishing a consistent sleep schedule and optimizing your sleep environment. Go to bed at the same time every night and wake at the same time every morning, including weekends, because your brain's sleep system functions best with predictable rhythms. Keep your bedroom completely dark with blackout curtains or an eye mask. Keep the temperature cool, between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Remove all screens from your bedroom and avoid all screen time for at least 1 hour before bed. The blue light from screens suppresses melatonin and prevents deep sleep. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. and alcohol within 3 hours of bedtime, both of which disrupt sleep quality. If you have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep despite these changes, discuss it with your doctor, because treatable sleep disorders like sleep apnea dramatically increase Alzheimer's risk. Your brain's cleaning system only works during deep sleep. Prioritize it starting tonight by creating the conditions for quality rest. The toxic proteins that cause Alzheimer's accumulate every day and must be cleared every night. Missing even 1 night of quality sleep allows more accumulation. Consistent quality sleep over months and years is one of your brain's strongest defenses against dementia. Make sleep a non-negotiable priority, as important as eating or taking any medication, because it directly determines whether toxic proteins accumulate or get cleared from your brain. Daily Hack 3. Social connection and mental stimulation. Is isolation silently destroying your brain's resilience against dementia? Human brains evolved for social connection, and isolation causes measurable deterioration in brain structure and function. Research from the Rush Memory and Aging Project shows that seniors with active social lives and mentally stimulating activities have 70% lower risk of cognitive decline compared to isolated seniors. Social interaction and learning new skills build cognitive reserve, which is essentially your brain's resilience against Alzheimer's damage. People with high cognitive reserve can have significant Alzheimer's pathology in their brains, but show minimal symptoms because their brains have enough redundancy and alternative pathways to compensate. Building cognitive reserve through social connection and mental challenge is one of your strongest defenses against dementia. Dwayne joined a weekly chess club and volunteering group at 74, and his cognitive testing showed actual improvement rather than decline over subsequent years. Social isolation and mental stagnation accelerate brain atrophy and cognitive decline, even in otherwise healthy brains, because your brain deteriorates rapidly when it's not used for complex social and cognitive tasks. Social connection and mental stimulation protect your brain through multiple mechanisms. Social interaction requires complex cognitive processing, reading facial expressions, following conversations, responding appropriately, remembering personal details about others. These activities activate multiple brain regions simultaneously, strengthening connections and building resilience. Learning new skills creates new neural pathways and strengthens existing ones. Mentally challenging activities promote neuroplasticity, which is your brain's ability to adapt and reorganize. Regular social connection reduces depression and chronic stress, both of which accelerate cognitive decline. Isolation, by contrast, leads to reduced brain activity, increased depression, chronic stress, and faster atrophy of brain tissue. Your brain needs regular social connection and intellectual challenge, the same way your body needs exercise. Without it, deterioration accelerates rapidly. Schedule at least 2 social activities every single week and commit to learning one new skill or maintaining one mentally challenging hobby. Join clubs, volunteer regularly, take classes, attend community events, or establish standing social commitments with friends and family. Choose activities that interest you and provide genuine engagement rather than passive entertainment. Learn a language, musical instrument, new technology, or complex hobby like chess or bridge. Take classes at community colleges or senior centers. Volunteer for organizations that need your skills and time. Maintain existing friendships through regular phone calls, video chats, or in-person visits. The specific activities matter less than ensuring regular social interaction and mental challenge that push you slightly beyond your comfort zone. Your cognitive reserve is declining with every isolated day. Build it back starting this week by scheduling social activities and mental challenges. The benefits accumulate progressively over time. Every social interaction strengthens neural networks. Every new skill creates new pathways. The 70% reduction in cognitive decline risk is enormous and represents maintaining independence and identity for years longer than isolated seniors. Make social connection and mental stimulation as non-negotiable as eating or sleeping, because your brain's resilience against Alzheimer's depends on staying actively engaged with people and challenging mental activities. These aren't guarantees against Alzheimer's, but they're the closest thing science has found to prevention. Fatty fish, twice weekly. Daily leafy greens, whole eggs with the yolk. Berries 5 times weekly. Extra virgin olive oil for all cooking. 30-minute walks 5 days weekly. 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep nightly. Regular social connection and mental stimulation. Thousands of seniors are already following these neurologist-backed strategies and showing dramatically lower cognitive decline rates than their peers. You can start every single one of these today with foods from any grocery store and habits that cost nothing but time and commitment. If you're ready to protect your brain with these neurologist-backed strategies, hit that like button right now. I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 foods or 3 daily hacks surprised you most? Drop a comment with the food number 1 through 5 or the hack you'll start with first. Subscribe to this channel for more science-backed brain health strategies designed specifically for our generation. And please share this video with another senior worried about memory and Alzheimer's. These simple changes could make all the difference in their cognitive future. Let's make sure every senior knows that brain health isn't just luck or genetics, it's daily choices, and those choices start today.